Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakwedash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Selection to the Achaeans who pushing his truth. In sincerity to the four corners of the earth. To the one to Aquats who listen and learn and being obedient. To the husband, disciplined, and full respect, and serving the husband as, her Lord. To the respectable Israelites who waking up, to the heritage, serving the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Shalom, the brother Howard from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp.
Brother Yardan.
And this brother Lamad from the GMS West. So, it's a joint camp. So this brother come, out in the boat with us and we say, through the Spirit and power of Ba'ashem Yahushai, we could do a video pertaining to 1 Timothy 5 and from verse 2. So brother Yassad did a video on verse 8. So through the Spirit and power of Ba'ashem Yahushai, I started read from on top, and the Spirit lead me to do this video. So it's come like a response to the brother video, through the Spirit and power of Ba'ashem Yahushai. I hope, guide the brothers here, to break down the precepts perfectly through the Spirit, and and feed the flock. That is the most important thing. As the Lord tell Peter, feed my sheep. So that we come to really do feed the Lord's sheep. So the name of the video gonna be keeping your house in order and not being an infidel. So we will go down into the meaning of the infidel when we reach down to the script, to the verse. So we starting from verse 2. So it say, this is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 2. It say, the elder woman as mothers, the younger as sisters, with all purity. Right? So going back to being a young brother in truth, there are certain brothers who young. There are certain brothers, in the camp who have age. So when brothers go over by a brother who have age, like, a brother might be in the 40s or 50s, and a brother could be like, a younger brother could be like 22, 19, and in the truth, when they go by that brother who have age, their wife, they will have respect to her and call her Amma, and Amma means mother, so it's not like, that is the Akia mother, but he treated her like that is full respect. You could say respect her as a mother, as Sister Amma, which is, simple as, like that is going back into respect, respecting your elders same way. So the younger as sisters. So going back into the young Aquats, some brothers might have their wives who young. So the brothers in the camp, in the churches, ought to treat her as a sister, once she following the laws and being a virtuous woman, and when brothers come over, she being disciplined and not talking too much, not loud-mouthed, and she being, in order. That is the correct word. In order, she drop food on the table for the Akiams. She leave and she go, wherever is in the room or the drawing room, and pull a corner because she cannot be among the churches. She cannot be among the churches because these days we living in, these women is out of order. These women want to be amongst the men of the Lord and air shopping, and every little slight thing they hear, they want to use it against you. And that is demons, jumping on them to point a finger on this brother or that brother, and that bringing confusion, contentions, and we as men of the Lord, we have to watch things all spiritual to know that, when our brother go by another brother and his wife there, it's not good for she to be modeling if she have not dress and she had covered modeling among brothers, because there are some sisters, brothers' wives could be having, certain bodies that, is popping. So spirits on the left hand side, because there's some brothers who single, So spirits on your left hand side, you know, and these women so deceitful, you know, they're saying shalom, but yet watching another brother dead in his eye, giving him straight eye contact, you know, because she finding, you know, he handsome, or you know, he have a little car, or he have a little, you know, wherever it is, and because when women watch a man, they watch a man as a god, so there's envy, you know, another god that they are not with them, so they go want to be with that god because they're watching a man as and lusting after the man. So like, yeah.
So like the scripture talk about a woman having wanton eyes in Isaiah chapter 3. Same thing you're talking about as the scripture talk about in Jeremiah 5, as a treacherous woman departed from she husband. Because why? You as a brother inside the truth, sometimes you mightn't have, or you mightn't be as beneficial, or the Most High bless you like that other brother, and due to the fact that that brother probably a little better off, you know, your wife with them wanton eyes like, yeah boy, look, he had thing, why my husband will be so thing, you know, and she might, you know, be treacherous, and hey, as I said, the woman had to learn to be discreet and chaste, and you know, flicking don't really be wrong men, you know.
And hey, and that is the spirit, because and it go along to that. When brothers come by brothers, woman is to cook, prepare the food, drop it on the table, and bust out. You know, go in your room, go in the drawing room, go and deal with the kids, go and find something to do, pick up a Bible and read, you know. And when your power, you know, which is your husband, your Lord, call upon you, you come and serve him. Because as how we serve Yahweh B'Hashem Yoshai, you know, a woman is to serve a man, because Yahweh Shai say, hey, go and feed my sheep. So, you know, he instructs us to go to the highways and byways to go and prophesy. So we just listen to Yahweh B'Hashem Yoshai as men of the Lord. We fear the Lord. So we will go to the highways and we will prophesy, you know, and present our body eleven sacrifice. So the same way a woman had to do now and be a servant to her husband and serve him wherever he required, wherever he want. You know, you pleasing your husband, and you pleasing your Yahweh B'Hashem Yoshai by seeing that you taking care of his friends, you know, his elect, you know, also his servants. I could say too, because we serve in Yahweh B'Hashem Yoshai, also his friends, and same way a woman has to serve her husband, because serving somebody is just, you know, doing what they are told. You know, you doing what you know, the person who required you to do something, you do it because why? They have a higher authority than you know, and they are the head of you. Going back into the Corinthians, you know, for the head is the head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh, for the head of man is Yahweh Shai, and for the head of woman is man. You know, and that's what we paraphrase the scripture, but you know, I know I bring it down, you know, through the spirit of Yahweh Shai correctly, you know. So go ahead.
I don't know if you want to bring out when you finish, if you can bring out 1 Peter 3 verse probably verse 1 to verse 5 or verse 7. 1 Peter 3.
Can't bring them here, but for sure.
Because as Brother Howard explaining, right, there's an order. The flock of the Lord passed here, according to Ezekiel 34 and 31. The flock of the Most High pastor is men, and woman was created for our sakes. Right? The scripture says woman come from the man and not the man from the woman. Right? So you were created to serve your man. That's why when you do research in ancient Israel, they used to call their husbands Baal. Right, which Baal ain't a bad word, it just means Lord or Master, right? So woman used to, we was the boss, right? They don't have to go and work because what we would have been the ones sustaining we family. So if you can read
1 Peter, you can, and that's the add to work in a kind of way, right? Women supposed to feel happy, them supposed to be joyful in a kind of way, because Yahweh B'Hashem Yoshai put the spirit on your husband to choose you as a wife,
as a servant.
As a servant.
So it's like, cause when we come into this truth, we serve in Yahweh Hashem, we become one in the Mashiach. You know? Because Yahweh Shai say, go back into Corinthians 12 and 12, 1 Corinthians, for we are all one body in the Mashiach. So when our man begot a wife, or get a wife, this is okay, not begot it. When a man get a wife, you know, when a man and get a possession, perfect word, possession, because as it's saying in Sirach, 30 verse, I think it's 36 and 24, that when a man get a wife, he get a possession, a helpful hand towards the household, to paraphrase him, you know. So when I check it out, it's like she and your Eve and you become one. So when she being a virtuous woman and following the laws and doing what she required to do to serve you, she will get delivered. Because why? She was doing she was laboring, she was working. You know,
if I could just add, right, as Colin explained it there, right, and as Yarda was saying, right, supposed to be glad. Because the word family actually goes back to the Hebrew word mashakat, which means servants, right? And the word husband, one of the terms for the word husband goes back to steward, right? And a steward is actually the head of our body as servants. You understand? So the same way like how when you go for a job interview and you get employed, right, and you get happy because why? You get employed, you can make a little dust. So that the same way when a man chooses you, as the brother say, you're supposed to be glad. Because now this man is going to be the one to put a roof over your head, food in your belly, and then kind of thing. So we're so hard, and then guess what? You'll get a promotion. Because also in the sense of marriage, there's polygamy, where a man could have more than one wife, and if you're doing what is desired of you to do, right, guess what? You could get a promotion. You could be the wife, the man who you always checking for.
And better yet, that same, as the scripture say, through childbearing, we're going to go on. Right? That same man will make your same husband gonna make you get saved and bring up into the chariots with your kids.
Can die if you continue in the faith. And being continued in the faith is being, you can say being not wanting in nothing. No wanting and no vanity and no lust at this world, because you're going to lot wife. She started to study the pleasures, in the world. So when she turned back, she started to study all the vanities and all the lands and all the riches they had. And she get destroyed, because she's studying the pleasure. She's starting to please she husband, which she Lord. And to please she Lord is to follow his instructions and what he requires of her to do, to keep she head straight and don't turn back. But what she do, she love the world, and otherwise a lot of these women, a lot of you women and acting like you in a shoot shalom. When that time come, we will see if you will shalom and serve Yahweh Hashem when all else are break loose. If you ain't gonna turn back and start to study the riches, when they say I see your belly start to bubble, because why? You not accustomed being uncomfortable. You are accustomed being comfortable and being pleased. You please in your fancy couch, in your nice car. You comfort. You at ease. That is the correct word. You at ease.
Your foot cock up on the man dashboard. Like
You can. A lot of women having she put cock up on the dashboard and you rock back the seat, and like if you use a lot of these men be serving these women like gods. And hey, bring on scripture.
This is 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 3. It say, likewise ye wives be subjected to your husbands. That
word subject means under rule. Right? Ephesians 5:22 say be submissive. Basically you taking your own right. You understand? You're being subordinate. Right? You're under the rule of this man, because he's the one that Yahweh shall put over you. And as the brother was rightfully saying, right, guess what? You're supposed to be glad. You understand? Because what? That is how you please the Lord, by pleasing your husband. And that is what you was created for. But you're so intertwined with the so-called white man, the devil, that what you this blasted woman liberty spirit, all you have to get that out of your goddamn mind. Hey, if we have to try our best to get it right on this side, all you have to try to get it right too.
That side can.
Right?
It's like everyone in this truth, you know, putting into working out his salvation with fear and trembling, have a part to play. You have a role. You have a role in knowing that, all right, you're seeking your salvation, you want to get redeemed from the earth, you ought to get yourself right. You have to be pure in a sense that following the laws as the best ability. Because being in the flesh, we know that a lot of, you know, he has begun trial because spirit on the left hand side is waiting for you to lack, you know, to make things, you know, and it has actually Lord really selling the trials for you, chastisement to make you perfect, because you will see how you going to deal with the situation when it come up upon you. How you going to deal with that chastisement? If you're going to jump over the hurdle, or you're going to jump and fall and bust way ahead, you know, going back into, you know, falling off. You know, or going off, really, going off, you know, do something off, you know. So continue in scripture.
Yeah, can and let's like yeah. Let's the other concern. We was talking about that hurdle. Going back to the Jeremiah 6 and 20 or 21, we're talking about the stumbling blocks. And that is for them 2/3 on them.
And even brothers in the truth and their wives. You know, even men of the Lord, you know, stumbling blocks. The Lord is for, you know, for two to get sift out, and stumbling blocks for brothers to fall and give back up, because sometimes a righteous man falls and sometimes he give back up. So the more the Lord tries us, the more we get perfect. So it's time for you to tap in that spirit. Time for you to tap in and use the Rakak Kodash. You know, the Rakak Kodash, and yesterday I was talking to brother and telling our brother, you know, hey, the Lord turning up the guile, the Lord is turning up spirits on the left hand side, you know, abundantly, you know. It's legions is walking on the earth right now. So brothers have to be circumspect. This is the time for you to be fully using wisdom. And then we started with putting our house in order.
Correct.
Putting our house in order, because if you're gonna be if you're gonna be joining heirs with your house shy, you know, and be under the king of the universe, we ought to get our house in order, because we're gonna be ruling nations, we're gonna be kings on the face of the earth. So if we bring forth our nation through our loins, and we be ruling other nations, if you can rule a household, how you can rule other nations, and the nations we bring forth through your loins. When your woman is ruling over you, you come like a him shim or a she him, you know. But you're a king, so you ought to make sure your house in order, food cooked, you know, she taking care of the kids, you go out and work and bring forth, you know, the income to make sure that the house running, in order. Going back into Corinthians, I think it's Corinthians 14 and the last verse in that, Brother Lamar. Right, it says like everything done decently and in order. So we continue in the scripture.
Yeah, continuing. Yeah, I'll start off from verse 1. It says, likewise, ye wives be subjected to your husbands, that if they obey not the word, Salakia. It say if Salakia, my bad. It say subjected to your husband, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives.
Yes. So one of the things is with they'll be able to look at a woman as an example, and like, boy, she ain't going about like how these bitches out here in the world, they bad talk the man and talk about her next man, you understand? And boy, I watching this man here, he wearing something there, and I seeing all the food and thing, and she ain't gonna be talking, so she'll, you know, basically a thing, and she'll be able to rebuke even a woman and say, hey girl, you have a man and thing, you're supposed to respect your husband as Lord and thing. So, and then they go watch the example of how your husband treating you, and then, boy, you know what, me and my man really having some kind of problems. I should try to move like how she moving. Because guess what, man? Don't want no headache. It better you move as a woman. You have peace in the house. You know? They just normally say this stupid thing: a happy wife, happy life. No, you have a happy husband. You have a happy home.
And that happy husband going back into a man who's serving the Lord, a righteous man. Having a righteous man, you ought to be happy, because it's a wicked niggas out there that's breeding women and leaving them to be beggars. You know, being gunman and getting put to death. You understand? And then you on social welfare, and then you jumping from road to road looking for love. And out there have no love, because all men want to do is be adulterer. So all a man is a piece of ass, and he good. You know, a piece of ass, and whenever, and you just, go in and giving them that piece of ass for 200-300 just to see about your kids, or just to see about yourself, or get a weave, or your pig in for your face, your makeup. You know? So you just jumping from road to road and becoming a harlot.
Give ass and pass.
Yeah, like give ass and pass, you know? And you becoming a harlot. You becoming like a female dog. Yeah, see that, a female dog. So we go jump back in the book of Timothy, and we go jump back in this Peter. Because what your brother was saying just now, they pretending to being blameless. You know, a woman ought to be blameless. So going back into verse 2, when it say the elder woman as mother and the younger as sister with all purity. So you ought to treat your Akiums, the ageable brothers, wife as show full respect. Simple as a younger brother with his wife as a sister with full respect. Go down in verse 3.
Yeah, it's honor widows that are widows indeed.
Yeah, or honor widows that are widows indeed. So what's going back into the only person who come to my mind is Judith. Because when Judith's husband died, I think it was 3 years and 4 months, the Lord required she to do something, and it was to kill the king. You know, because she played she was holding a heavy burden for Israel to go and go into the camp and put the king to death. You know, the Lord put a heavy duty for her to do, and she was instructed by Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, and she do what Yahweh Hashem Yoshai do, because why? She what's the word, supplicate, is that the correct word? Supplication. So that means to even continue following in the truth, in us, and keep on praying. So when she keep on praying, the Lord require her to do something, through her righteousness, because she was being righteous in the sight of the Lord by serving Him, she was being a virtuous woman. A virtuous woman she was being, not a woman in want of anything. So the Lord, the Lord watched Judith, and he was admiring Judith, and make her be, in remembrance in Israel, even to this very day. Judith in our mouth, So the Lord set her up, as a example to show that the Lord could destroy kings even with a virtuous woman. Doesn't show you how powerful you all woman is, and you don't know it. Just by being virtuous, the Lord will work with you. The Lord will actually let you know, hey, run an errand for me, go and destroy a king, and your name gonna be good, go be spoken good off. Going back, hey, get a scripture in Ecclesiastes 5:7-1.
Actually, the general should have killed all of them.
Yeah, the general should have killed Khan, he's the general should have killed. I think she'd take a nail, or no, I think she'd a nail and pong it, and it go on through his head and paste the ground. And then she chop out the head and put it in her servant fruit basket and wrap it up and hey, and just show it, hey, Yahweh Shai. The fear Yahweh Shai you had to have as a man of the Lord and a woman of the Lord, doing that the things the Lord do to deliver Israel. These are the things the Lord do to deliver Israel. So you have to fear Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. The Lord say he take the weak things of the world to confound the can. So that just show how the Lord just put things in order and put things in place just to show his power. Just to show, you know, he with Israel, that he didn't forget what he swear unto our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know?
He was ashamed.
Long time
to be killed by a woman.
Long time was ashamed to be killed by a woman. So going back into the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 1, it says a good name is better than precious ointment. So, hey, look at here right here. A good name is better than a precious ointment. You know? So, you living, going back in the scripture now, Babakusha into the Timothy. So you living and having a good name, you know, hey, is a blessed thing. You know, everybody, you know, have nothing bad to say about you because why? Your name is precious ointment.